Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to mention that Jennifer uh, Tillman Coburn will be joining me shortly, and we're going to kind of flip the script and reverse the roles. Jennifer is actually going to be interviewing me um, as I celebrate next month, July, my second anniversary as the older person for Ward 28 here in New Haven. I'm looking forward to it because uh, this type of commitment as an elected official really uh, requires reflection, but also action. It requires a balance, a daily balance of reflection, action, and sometimes you have to make decisions or take actions that you don't have time to reflect upon. So to kind of find that balance daily, and I should say that discipline is really important. And so I'm looking forward to hearing some of the questions that Jennifer is going to propose to me. And also I'm looking forward to viewing and hearing my answers to her questions. Uh, so oftentimes politicians are accused of speaking out of more than one side of their mouth. And I believe that's because I shouldn't say that's because I believe it's due to just how do you describe reality and human behavior in a balanced and non-biased sense. Whatever you might say is going to be taken, interpreted, I should say, or translated perhaps radically differently or just marginally differently from what a person is, in this case, an elected official is attempting to say. So I'm looking forward again to uh, chatting with her and hearing what's on her mind as an active citizen, actively engaged citizen here in the New Haven area. What prompted this interview was I saw that Jennifer had interviewed one of my colleagues, Alder Streeter, and I was impressed because it's so often that we as alders get interviewed or chat, we're asked for comments from the quote unquote media. But I really love the fact that Jennifer just took up the mantle as a citizen, as an actively engaged citizen, and exerted her power. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to chatting with her today about is that all citizens, taxpayers, returning citizens, uh, naturalized citizens have a role to play, including elected officials. So let's see if she joins in shortly. And it's in June that we're doing this recording. But I'm really thinking that even if you don't hear it until the summertime or the fall, it's the information that I hope to dispense will be relevant because the processes and the procedures, the Board of Alders, we meet twice a month. And let me just quickly throw out that in terms of contacting me, certainly feel free to contact me in terms of my cell, 203 688 668, I should say, 203 668 4511. Again, 203 668 4511. And that's my cell number for the city as an elected official. So please don't, you're not abusing it by calling it. The more people are in touch, quite frankly, I think the better the world will be philosophically as well as practically. So in terms of as many of you know, there are 30 alders here in New Haven, and I represent Ward 28. Roughly 4,500 people are in each of the 30 wards. And every 10 years or so, there's uh, a census. And so as a result, you'll have some of the ward boundaries might shift. Essentially, that's to kind of keep the population representation reasonably equal in each of the 30 wards. So some folks have asked why, for example, have I been on in one ward 1 year and then 10 years later I'm in another ward? And I can give you an example. I live on Bellevue Road, which for a number of years, one side, literally the even side of Bellevue Road in the past has been in Ward 29. I live on the even side of Bellevue Road, and the odd side has been in Ward 28. The recent, or 10 years ago or so, uh, I then shifted to Ward 28. So things are, and I lift that up, that not only in terms of 10-year censuses, but times change, things change. It's a very fluid environment that we're in. And life is fluid. So adjustments, and that's also in terms of the challenges of being an older issues. There are some constant issues: housing, poverty, wealth disparities, et cetera. But there are also some how do we attract and uh, provide solutions? Those solutions are not written in stone. They they're dynamic. People think about, if you think of zoning ordinances or housing laws, uh, even I'll throw out something called cost sharing in terms of the cities receiving money from the state for educational equity, or even something called PILOT, payment in lieu of taxes. There are laws, and essentially the Alder people, we are the legislators. We are the legislative body. And what that means is that laws, ordinances, rules, fiscal allocations, the whole the whole gamut comes through us. We vote, literally vote, yay or nay, on almost on not almost, but on really every fiscal and programmatic in the general sense operation of the city. So some people might say, I don't know who my older person is, or and if I do know, I do not care. And and if he or she is, the fact that I don't know who he or she is might be a reflection, is not necessarily on me, but maybe it's a reflection on all of us as the 30 alders, that it's our job to uh, do everything within our power to establish our identity, to communicate with the folks in our ward. Uh, so the burden of responsibility lies on us, yes, but it's a teamwork approach. It's the city. I hear so often this comment about them versus us, and using, let me just be blunt, using, say, system organizations as whipping post, or psychological transference. So, you know, using government as being the an impediment rather than a catalyst. And I think that dichotomy, or that perception of whether government is helpful or hurtful, is I can understand people locating themselves on that spectrum of whether government is helping or whether government is hurting. But I want to just share that we all have a responsibility and a duty, if I dare say that, to work together, at least to strive to authentically and transparently strive to work together. Uh, and I think it's possible. I think it is truly possible. And here in Ward 28, I'm blessed to have to work with a strong management team, to work with a vibrant uh, town town committee, ward chair persons, and that kind of connection, those interconnections, are key to building up the team. If you think of New Haven being one team, not disparate teams competing against one another, but if you think of us being one team and being on the same team and coming out with each day with collective and unified energies, it's possible. It's possible. Traveling throughout New Haven, you might see materially differences. You might see more the perception of wealth in one area and the perception of not so much wealth in other areas. But safety and pursuit of happiness, that's a collective endeavor. You know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I think we can embrace that theme, that mantra, that Declaration of Independence, and I would say Declaration of Interdependence as well. So again, to reach out to me, to contact me, uh, regarding anything, I serve on various committees, Automatic Affairs Committee, Public Safety Committee, City Services Committee, Black and Hispanic Caucus, et cetera. And there are a number of committees that our Human Services Committee, our Education Committee, Finance Committee, of course, Education Committee, um, Health and Human Services, so tax abatement. It's there is a system, there's a structure, and and all of these meetings are public. So again, if you're interested in the YouTube link for the automatic meetings, if you're interested in the schedule of meetings, of the schedule of committee meetings, again, reach out to me at your convenience. And again, that's 203 668 4511. For this summer, there's always a speculation that crime increases during the summer, and that may or may not be true. But I think it depends on your definition of what crime is. Regardless of the season, uh, we, all of us, can, I think, affect and increase not only the perception of safety, but the reality of safety. So just want to kind of conclude on that note. Thanks for watching.